have you ever thought about the idea of what if this channel, what if creative culture makes it?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Joey. We are ready for the next podcast. Glad that you guys can make it here. For any of the new viewers, guys, we appreciate you guys coming on and supporting us in every way possible. Once again, my name is Joey. This is
NEMO. I'm not in my regular seat. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's up? It's Aaron. Welcome back to another episode, guys. We appreciate the support as always. Y'all, it's been a week for me, to be honest.
Dude, a long week for me.
Yeah. Oh. I feel like we've all been really busy.
Super.
Except for me.
Nemo's been chilling.
Nemo's been working. No, but I've been we have a lot of new friends watching all over the place. We just want to welcome you guys, like Joey said, welcome you guys to the show. We're just normal dudes just talking about life, trying to figure this out together. Yeah. And this is one of the ways that we do that is through this little podcast called Creative Culture.
Creative Culture that was founded in 2000. No, I'm just kidding. Go all into the
2000.
Go into the details.
While I was in another country.
This boy was in Mexico while we were. I was sitting down
true.
one day.
It's true.
He was sitting down. Where were you sitting down? On the toilet?
Probably at some point during that time.
I was. So when the name Creative came about, I was sitting on the toilet.
Was it really?
Oh
no.
We were in the kitchen. Me and the wife, we were cooking, and then that's when.
And we were chatting it up.
And we cooked it up.
Hey, who came up with that name?
Ashley,
huh?
Yeah.
Creative Culture.
Ashley did.
Was there a second option?
It was. What did we have, Nemo?
Creator or something?
Oh, Creator Culture.
Creator Culture.
Yeah.
And then she said Creative Culture, and then it just
yeah.
we knew it was the one.
And there it was.
That sounds so smooth, though.
Hey, but
yeah.
I mean, this little podcast has just started, and now we have a club.
Yeah.
I mean, we
the
got
club.
Bro, vlogs are already up there.
Creative Culture Club.
Come on.
So let's talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah.
I know we've had a lot of dreams about this and what it can be, and we already have 4 people that have joined the club. Come on, that's amazing.
I know 2 of them.
You know who you are.
I know all of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a perk of the members of the club.
Talk about it.
So it's P. Fua, Pastor Fua, right? Nick.
Shout out.
Tim.
Yep.
Shout out.
And oh my God, what is the other one? Preacher's Hour.
Hey.
Preacher's Hour support, and I signed up for their Patreon too. So I was like, yeah,
nice.
Gotta give the love. So go sign up for their Patreon.
No, we definitely will.
Now that you said that, I will.
$3 or $5. I think I did the $5 one. Yeah, but the club, guys, is essentially Patreon. If you guys don't know, links right under this if you want to check it out after this episode. But that is basically going to be a lot of exclusive videos, a lot of exclusive behind the scenes content.
Is my video up when this happened?
Yes, it's up. When we celebrated Nemo's birthday, we went bowling and that content's up, stuff like that. So we're going to be dropping a lot of different things like that.
Early
podcasts, like the podcast that
Cam.
Yeah, our first one that we did that was early was Cam's. That one's not even out yet, but club members could have already watched it, and some have. So that's pretty cool.
That's a perk, man.
Giveaways. I know we're planning stuff like that out.
Yes.
Giveaways.
What else do you think it could be? There's just so many.
We can live stream. I'm thinking we got to put a TV in here somewhere so whoever's part of
can watch
the Patreon can watch live, and we can interact with them.
It's a good idea.
Also, live podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking about when you come back.
Yeah.
Oh, should I say it?
Go ahead.
All right. So when we come back, and Aaron comes back from his small hiatus, we're thinking about doing a live podcast where people come to an event and they just hear us talk.
And we do a show,
and
we can maybe we can put a mic out in the crowd.
And we're talking about
crowd mic,
and we're talking about merch,
exclusive clubs merch.
And then we're talking. Hey, we might drop merch on that live stream, on that live podcast. Yep.
So the club we're working really hard on that kind of content. Like that is going to be a focus for us for club members. But it's just if maybe if you're not even interested in that kind of stuff, maybe you just want to support one of us 3. We're always, working hard. Me and Nemo have been trying to be creatives for a long time, and Joey's always been a creative too, just with everything at church and things like that. But maybe you just want to support us and just, help us pursue that dream. Go sign up for the club, So
I think it's a great thing to do.
yeah, and kind of with that there, as we kind of have started growing,
Yeah.
right? We've been doing this for 20 plus episodes now, right? Joey is joining us for what, like maybe your fifth or
I think the
sixth
fifth or sixth,
episode? Yeah,
He came in halfway, huh?
something like that. Well, he's been kind of helping
But
from the
he's
beginning.
been in it, but
yeah.
but now like
Not on camera, but now
behind
he's
the scenes.
full on the show. And have you guys kind of felt like all the growing pains that I feel like we've been having just with tech, learning our roles, learning how to interview, like, and lead and produce a show.
Yeah.
Like, that's been hard for me. Have you guys felt anything like that at all?
I would say yeah. There's a podcast that I'm not saying that we're like, but that I kind of look at that I guess we can say that we are kind of alike. I look at us as like impulsive. You're more of the Mike.
I don't even know.
Mike is Mike, right?
Mike Malak?
Mike. I feel like because he's always asking the questions in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's always
Kind of leading it.
He's always guiding
he's
our
guiding the
conversations.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm more like Logan that can just be all over the place.
He
And
comparing
then this
himself
is-
to a superstar.
This is for sure George. No, I'm not the
Just
superstar.
kidding.
Far from it. This is more like a George Janko. where
yeah, I can
he's
see
like,
that. I can see that.
you
Right?
know,
Those
I
roles.
feel like me and you switch though, because
I
there's
see that.
moments where I can be like a Mike. and you can
Very
be like a
true.
Logan.
Very true.
So me and him, like we're
Yeah.
we're good at switching roles at all times.
I think that's part of us learning too.
Yeah,
Just like trying to figure out, like, I want to be able to give like a look at Joey one of these days and just know like it's his turn to like take it.
No.
And I feel like
Just
that's
start
all gonna
picking up on
that's
those
all gonna
cues.
happen.
I
But
kind of feel that already. Like I kind of feel that with you at least.
yeah.
Like I can kind of
You feel it off of my voice inflections and stuff too.
But I think that's just from me doing podcasts already for a couple years now.
Yeah.
That it's a little easier to conversate. But yeah, for sure, it's been growing pains because we've been growing quickly.
Fast.
Like we went from we've had
We've jumped-
3 cameras at all times.
We've had 3 cameras at all times just because we have a level of quality that
We
we
have
expect
cameras.
from ourselves
Yeah.
that we just worked hard to do.
Our set changed 3 times.
Yeah.
So we went from 2 hard chairs
Yeah.
to the 2 comfy chairs to now a
Yep.
desk.
Uh-huh.
So we don't even know what's gonna happen
We're
in
gonna
the
get
next couple months.
different chairs probably in a couple months.
Yeah, we're for sure gonna need some
Yeah,
different chairs.
but no, even from a tech standpoint, and I think mostly I'm talking about like actually producing the show together. Like I feel like I have to apologize to certain people sometimes because I'm like, I feel like we didn't let you do what you wanted to do or talk about it. So I've always feel like that in the back of my head, like we're still learning.
I feel like we did that the last podcast with Cameron.
Cam.
Yeah,
That we kind of apologized, but
yeah. But I did get a comment from somebody, and it was a hard comment. But I understood exactly. Some of you guys don't know, but it's been a friend of mine for a long time. He asked me how the podcast was going. And I told him, like, yeah, it's going good. We're still learning how to do a lot of things and figuring it out. And he's like, I'm going to be honest, like, I've tried to watch it a little bit. And he's like, it's a super slow burn. He's like, you guys, video-wise, like, it's top-notch. Like, you can't beat what you guys do from a quality standpoint. But he's like, sometimes you guys get off a lot of the time, and it's just like really hard to follow your conversations because you're all over the place. And he's like, I'm not trying to. He started cursing and stuff. I'm not trying to be a D, but like this is just like how I feel. And like some of your conversations are amazing, and then some of them like you feel like you have to pull it back on point.
I feel like everybody has those.
I think so, and
True.
I think it's
Got to be balanced.
I get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
yeah.
I 100%.
I could agree with some of that.
I did too. Like I wasn't like no. I appreciate because we need to hear that kind of stuff, and it's not even something that we didn't know. Like it's
Yeah.
we're still learning.
I would even offer like any suggestions. Anybody knows anything that we could be doing better as a podcast? Please let us know in the comments. Or
Yeah.
hit one of us
for
up.
sure, man. I don't.
We're open people, and
Yeah,
we like progress. There's no way for us to be taking
brother-
this stuff
Yeah.
in and not.
I didn't
doing
take
anything
it
with
personal at all,
Right,
and
right.
I
It's good.
think he thought I
It's
was.
needed.
Yeah, and I was just like, a lot of the off-topic tangents are because we're just genuinely having conversation just
Right.
with us 3, and
Right.
that's what happens in our conversations. But
That's conversations, man.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, we do have quote unquote a script, but we don't always have to stick to the script. We're not on television where
right,
you have to stick to that because you're limited in time.
time.
So that's what's a little different. My brothers
Yeah.
told me before. Look, shout out to Mel, a big brother to me, like a mentor.
yeah,
This desk was kind of a reason why, because he said I don't want to see your guys' crotch. Like he was being honest with me, And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shoot, he's
That helps
right.
out.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
you look fatter than what you really are because of the way you're sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
And I took that into consideration.
I always didn't know what to do with those shots.
And then what did I do?
Really?
I talked to y'all
Yeah.
guys. I say, all right, it's gonna be 3 of us. We need something different.
I felt bad like on Joey's episode because Joey was just like hanging out there, and I was like, bro, I don't know how to edit this out.
So do me a favor, don't look back at those
Go back a
episodes.
couple. It was his first episode. Go
But
look
we're
at
good
it.
now. So now we
Man.
have
It's
a
just
yes.
staring at you in the
I
face.
should have wore
didn't
some
know-
parachute pants.
I didn't know where to look, bro. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh shoot.
It was just.
It was making eye contact
But,
with me. That's why that was my favorite episode.
Mine too.
Just kidding.
Talking about.
we need to change
just
that.
kidding. But yeah, man, I think it's good. We're in the right direction.
I think so. I really feel this thing, man. Like I feel like this is just the beginning for a lot of what we're doing.
They don't even know.
No, dude, it's just like I can't even explain like the things that we've talked about and some of the things we've experienced already. It's just like, bro, we've been only doing this for 20 episodes, and this is what we're already going through, and where we're at
It's
on a
good.
production, and
It's so good.
I feel like there's just so much we can do, and we've talked a little bit about it, and we'll talk about the vision at the very end of what we want this to look like and be. But you've had some encounters of running into people.
Oh, I did.
I
was at the competition.
You ran into some people who recognize you,
Really?
that don't even know who you are in real life.
Really?
I will say shout out to Guys Being Dudes podcast. 'Cause,
Yes.
What's his name?
RJ.
RJ. He said what's up. He knew exactly who I was. As soon as I saw his face, I knew who he was too. But it was after that I was leaning and looking at my camera, just looking at some of the pictures I took, or some of the video to see, make sure the lighting was fine, yada yada. And I had 3 people come up to me, and I thought it was from our gym, from the fit, from the gym. So I thought it was them, and
Okay.
clearly it wasn't because they didn't have a shirt on.
And this was at the competition?
Yeah. So they didn't have a shirt on.
Okay.
I knew that if you part of the gym, you have a shirt on that
Right.
day. They didn't have a shirt on. They say, "Hey, are you Nemo from Creative Culture?" And I was like, "Yeah." And man, we had a
Crazy.
conversation, and to me, it was more humbling. It wasn't like my head didn't get big at all.
Yeah.
If anything, I was like, "Oh shoot, I gotta really protect myself," because I looked like a little bit mad. I wasn't. I was just focused.
Yeah.
But when I started talking to them, it was like nothing. It was just
I
easy
see what you're saying.
conversation.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
we were like I think for them, they left smiling, which made me feel good because it's like, okay, I wasn't cocky, I wasn't arrogant, I
Yeah.
was humble, and I was
Dude.
just being myself.
We don't want to be those kind of people.
You know what
man.
I'm saying? And I love that. And to me, it was just that encounter. It was like almost like just God saying, "Be ready."
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Yeah,
Not that
man.
I always want to make everything overly spiritual, but I always say, God, give me a sign
No,
from people
yeah.
that I don't know.
Mhm.
If I do know them, great. I would love to hear a sign from somebody that I do know.
Yeah.
But God reveal it to me sometimes through people I don't know. And when
Yeah.
that happened, I was like, oh shoot! Like I sent you
Yeah.
a message, and I was just like, bro, it felt like, wow,
Yeah.
like it felt good, but it also knows like what we're saying is just not just for us. Like it's really touching people.
Yeah.
They were saying certain things
Mhm.
that we said on our podcast, and I'm like, Aaron said that. Like I remember when Aaron said, Joey just mentioned that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, wow, these people are listening, and they found us on TikTok. So
Or-
shout out to our TikTok followers.
Yeah. Shout out to almost 17K.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all. But you guys saw the screenshot I sent you the other day of somebody giving us like big praise
Yep.
for
Yes.
one of the conversations I wasn't even expecting, but it was just like experiences that we've been through. How to make real friends, if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
And
And that's
Yes.
the one that they were talking about.
really,
Yes.
dude,
That's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So those are the like we want to go deeper in topics like that, just real life experience to be like I've always like felt God like have like for cameras and stuff like tell on yourself. Like tell people that what you've been through, what you struggle with, because there's people out there who need to hear it.
Yeah.
And like even for us to just talk about it and get it on the table and get through it together, like that's one of those conversations that
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
see comments like that, like this helped
Yeah.
me so much. And I'm like, how did we help you? I feel like we were just like explaining, maybe because he didn't feel alone,
Yeah.
you know, in what he's been through.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is that most of the time
Yeah.
We're just like three friends that people have, and
Yeah.
like we're just. Someone told me it feels like y'all are in the room with me, chilling and talking,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
and that's why like
And that's how it
I
should
don't
be.
feel alone.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You got passionate, bro.
No,
I know.
I just tried to put my hand back.
No, it's huge. And running into people in public, or, you know, getting those messages is super like motivating, just to continue. Like, yeah, people need to hear some of the experiences we've been through and all that. But have you ever thought about this? I know you probably have, Nemo. I want to talk to Joey about it too. Like, have you ever thought about the idea of what if this channel, what if creative culture makes it?
I just want to switch that question.
Please.
Okay.
How do you feel when it happens?
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Because I feel like sometimes we say if because we doubt too much.
Yeah.
And instead of us
Preach to
doubting,
me, bro.
we
Come
need
on.
to speak with confidence because that's what God gave us.
no, that's
Tell-
absolutely true. So like, if is like questioning
It's like
it.
if
When we make
Is it
it,
gonna happen?
when it happens.
when we make it, how does that
like,
make you feel?
how does that make you feel?
It's a thought that you
No,
have.
honestly, that's actually pretty cool. I've never thought about being in that position to where like,
As a content creator.
yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I mean, you guys know me. My personality is, bro. I'll post like, you know, one or two
Yeah.
pictures every 2 years.
We're gonna
on
change that.
Facebook and Instagram.
We'll be changing that.
Don't go to his Instagram just yet. Give us about a week.
I mean, the
Give me a
links are
week.
there. Go follow him, but we're fixing
Go
it.
follow him, but it'll give us a week.
I know. But dude, honestly, like I pray to God that, you know, my heart's right with him throughout the whole walk
Yeah.
and the whole journey, man. But man,
Yeah.
I'd be excited. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I've questioned it, but I don't have an answer to like how I would be, you know.
I think it's because it's like
But it's
you're
It's-
having conversations, and this is what you do for a living.
yeah. But it's crazy to think like these steps, like going, like it's almost like it's happening in a way, you know. I mean,
Do you feel it?
there's some milestones. I've started to like.
Right.
It wasn't until like after you guys were like, "Hey, man, this is what we're doing. This is what, you know. This is what's been happening here. So many followers. How many? You know." I'm like, "Oh shoot, hey, we got something going on. We're starting to build momentum here." You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No.
yeah. So for me, it was like I was numb initially. I was like, "Oh, you know, I'm just here. You know, I love you guys. I'm here
Right.
for support.
Yeah.
If we do it, we do. If not, no big deal. You know, just because I'm just here to
But
be with you
I
guys."
think when I started showing you numbers, when I started to show you those screenshots,
Right.
Yeah.
I think it made it real.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, okay, we're going somewhere. We're moving. So
And the thing that encourages me in that is it's not just because we had a Miles Minnick on or because of whoever the guest is. It's about sharing stories and sharing real life experiences that is making people relate to it to the extent
The
that they are.
conversations, yeah.
Yeah.
and I think people they're tired of us, like, or not just us, but anybody kind of just searching for anybody who has a lot of followers. They're more just looking for that real talk is what it is, you know? And
Genuine,
whether
transparent. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And that's what it is because like Nemo said, they want to feel like they're involved in the conversation in the room.
Yeah.
I think that's
why-
probably the most attractive thing and not the people who are on it. People who are on it, they're certainly attractive, you know, but I'm talking about
Yeah,
just the
That's why, like,
conversations.
for me, having like maybe a TV in here when we start having more people
Right.
become part of the Patreon because I want people to feel like they're in the room.
Yeah.
So many
I would love
times
that,
we
yeah.
watch podcasts or we listen to different things, and it doesn't feel like you're like you can relate to a certain extent, but like when they feel like they're in the room with us, conversating with us, it changes their perspective.
Yeah.
It changes like their thought process of a video
Yeah.
because they're like, I'm engaging into this conversation. I'm engaging into what they're talking about. Like this, like there's moments where I respond back to our videos, even though like I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily on camera, even though I'm on camera, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's what's different. And even with that, I think we should skip a couple notes and we should talk about that one when it comes to
The
the
enemy?
devil will try
Yeah.
to stop us because of what we're doing.
Do you feel that already?
Oh yeah,
I do.
oh yeah. Since we started it, the enemy
Yeah.
has been attacking. Where to the point where people have talked bad about me, have crushed my name, and I'm not even talking about social media. I'm talking about behind closed doors where people are sending me stuff.
Yeah.
And the enemy, I always say this: if the enemy ain't working, that means we ain't being a threat to him. The enemy feels threat, so he's gonna bring everything. That's why I told you a couple days ago. Like, I know you felt a certain way, and I'm like, bro, no, that means we're doing it.
Yeah.
That means God is on the move.
Yeah, I've had just like, I feel like spiritual attacks lately.
Really?
I haven't been able to talk to you about it, so this is a good place to do it.
Okay.
But just like, I know we're doing something, and I have felt this thing for a few months now. Like, we are on to something super special, and all of a sudden, when you're going down this road and in a journey, like, you're just ready to take off. Like, all of a sudden, doubt. Why am I doing this? I'm not good enough to be doing this.
No.
I can't even ask questions to keep a show going. Like, and just all of a sudden, all this kind of starts the fumes and all that starts to let off. And then financial stuff happens to where we're planning an LA trip. We're going to LA to shoot some episodes, and then, cars start acting up and tires need to be completely replaced and just stuff start happening. And I'm just like, I can't go to LA. I can't, and then just everything, just your mind starts going. And for me, like, it's a hard thing to deal with sometimes, but yeah.
But that's when God is working. And I believe that if we weren't to go to LA, it's like if we're not doing what God has called us to do.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like we have to press through, fight through whatever's going on. There's been moments where I have had self-doubts within myself that I haven't even spoken to y'all about, but I stop it immediately.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. Am I trusting in Nehemiah or am I trusting in God?
Sheesh.
Because at the end of the day, if I trusted me, this thing we probably would have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Remember early on, we were like, yeah, if you wouldn't have been here, I wouldn't have done it today.
Yeah. But because I know that I'm leaning on God, well, this makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier to talk. It makes it a lot easier to have conversation, to talk about topics, because we know God is in it. And we're not doing this for self-glorification.
Right.
But instead of for single impacts on people's life.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's impact, it's community. This with us three, and if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be doing it. But honestly, if it wasn't like for having you guys on my back too, like that I can lean on when I'm not feeling, like even today, like things going on in life, like if I didn't have you two to lean on, the community that we're building just with us three, I don't know that if I would still be doing it, And
I know that this is your passion, and I know this is a part of your calling. So since I know it's a part of your calling, I got to make sure that you still live up to what God has. This is what God has called you. This is a part of your calling. Amen. So why would I not be the person to make sure that phone never hangs up?
No, that's true. Very true. And that's a good thing because, like, there's three of us, man. Even if two of us are down, you always got that third one to come step in, man.
It's like, dude, when God has ordained something.
It's like this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Joey, you're going to have to hold both of us up right now.
Joe, you might have to push through right now for us.
But, that's what I love about what we're doing. And because there's always going to be, moments to, maybe you need to check me at some point. Or maybe I need to check Joey at some point.
And maybe we should start doing it intentionally. Hey, where are you at? You okay? You doing good?
Yeah. Joey's checked me already. And he hasn't done it. And I know and I know his intentions. It's because he sees something in me. That moment in September when I had that conversation, he checked me immediately, and I needed that. So now I've had to deal with a situation near to that, not to the extreme of what happened, but I had to deal with that a couple of weeks ago with a family member, and the way I dealt with it was so much easier,
wasn't it?
Because I could hear Joey in my head saying, "Don't ever lose your integrity for somebody that doesn't deserve it."
Yeah.
And ever since then, I keep that in my ear. There's things where you've told me, bro, you got it in you. Keep going. Keep pushing. Those are things that I lean on to make sure that I can keep pushing.
Yeah. And I like that. We got to encourage each other, man, in everything that we do, But we got to be consistent with it. See, I'm talking about being intentional, just like Aaron. You okay, brother? You've been stressing out. Any way we can help? Man, let's just pray about a couple of things. Let's make each other stronger. Hey, you're going to get this. Something as simple as like, hey, you see the doors that God's been opening up. So why are you doubting?
Yeah.
It's like it's right here laid out in front of you. We're making that trip to LA, which I'm so super excited about.
I think we all are.
I cannot wait. But obviously God's on the move.
If it wasn't that we started this podcast and we had that conversation with Cameron, I probably wouldn't have rushed to get the Bible as fast as I did.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like I have a Bible, but it's little. I don't even read it. I read the Bible app on my phone every day.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
I deleted it ever since then. I actually don't have
The impact that one of the shows made.
I can literally show you.
No more Bible app.
Look,
No more Bible app?
Look, we can search Bible.
I believe you. It was on your home screen.
I have to download it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that conversation led me to a guilt.
Changed.
Not a guilt, but a what is that called?
Transformation.
Like a conviction.
Okay.
To where it's like now I brought highlighters. I've been highlighting the crap out of the Bible.
That's good.
I started to
get into
read
it.
certain scriptures that I know were given to me in prophetic words. And I'm like, maybe this prophetic word never happened because I never put it into action. And I never probably researched what was taught, what was said to me.
Yeah.
And that's why it never happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering why I've went through this season of this. It was probably because you didn't start with what God told this guy to even tell you in the first place. So that's why now it's different. No, but that's just because I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So if I know what's about to happen, why would I not prep for it?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
You know?
And I think even just getting back to that, but I feel like God had to even correct me this last week, just a little bit. Not that I was going out of my way to do anything, intentionally with pride or anything, but I was real proud about, what we built in the last few weeks, 17K,
In a week.
Yeah. So I'm like sitting at the barber actually this last week, and he's like,
nice haircut, by the way.
He asked me, thank you. He asked me, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, well, shooting some podcasts. Me and some friends do a podcast, and he's like, yeah, you guys on TikTok? I was like, yeah. So I'm like proud about, hey, I got my 17K. Oh shoot. And then he shows me, he brings out his TikTok. He's like, oh yeah, I got 160,000 followers. And so I'm just like, oh, that was God right there trying to like
Calm
check
down.
me, like, bro, chill. Like I'm trying to see if I can trust you with 17K before I can get you to 100.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was him like, chill, bro. Like you ain't nothing yet. Like calm down.
Just worry. You'll never be nothing.
It's all him.
You're gonna be something in me.
Yep.
And the word even says it.
Hey man, dang, bro.
I didn't go to church today, but I'm feeling it. Bro.
He said, I didn't go to church today,
I did attend online.
Yeah, he did.
But
Cap.
yeah, it's just
Cap.
No, it ain't cap. I was
No, he did.
I was texting,
was
the whole
texting during
time.
service.
No, I just really know like God is
Yeah.
prepping us.
Yeah.
And if we don't stay in that preparation season, then we're never gonna be able to reap a harvest.
I talked to Pastor Fu about that this week because I've been struggling with some things, like just questions that I have just about church and stuff. And I want to talk to you guys about that at some point too. But I was just asking him, I was just like, I know he says God has a calling on my life. And, we were talking about that. I was like, I've heard that all my life. And I try to self-examine as much as I can to like not think that I have all the answers to anything. Is this pride talking? Is this me, ego? Like always trying to self-question myself. And I just told him, I was like, in this season that I'm in, I don't feel like I'm ready for a lot of that because I feel like God is still breaking things off of me that can't be there for where he needs me to go. And I just feel like it's a season like that still, even with the TikTok
You
thing,
told
like,
people this?
Yeah, I did. And he understood because he's like, everyone's got to go through that like refining process. Like you can't be ready until you go through some fire, until things are, And just what I told him, I was expressed like just in this season, like God is getting me ready for something. Yeah. I don't know that I know what it is yet, So I feel like that's always going to be a portion of what we go through, especially when we're getting ready to step into a different season in our lives. Not even just as us as creators, but if you're watching, I don't know if it's a relationship. I don't know if it's your walk with God or whatever it is, a job, I don't know what that looks like, but yeah.
I always say, I love using the illustration of a diamond. When you first go find a diamond, it's ugly.
Mm.
It's not what we think it is. It's got to go through this process of cleaning. Then after the cleaning, then they chisel it to how they want it to look. And then after it's done being chiseled, then they got to go through the pressure before it gets shiny.
Mm.
So before you get it sold, it's got to go through a whole
You got to
process.
break it.
Yeah.
So you have to, if it takes a diamond that is so precious, all that to go through, then why do you think we're not going to have to go through that?
Bro, there was this I think a prayer that I heard the other day. It might have been on TikTok. Somebody's going through a really hard season, right? They're broken and they're just like they can't understand, and just weeping and just confused and feel like everything is coming at them. And then they remind themselves like, you asked to be more like Jesus. And Jesus went through every single thing to reach his potential, not his potential, but his purpose. So when you pray a dangerous prayer to make me more like you, less of me, more of you, be ready to go through all of those different seasons, all of those different hurts, those betrayals, confusing times, and be ready to continue to lean on God no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was thinking about that the other day too, just because of different seasons of life, man, and just confusion sometimes. And I'm like, I've always wanted, it's always been my prayer, make me more like you.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
where I'm at.
you really want to say that? Mm-hmm. You're about to go through what he did. So
I said,
crazy.
Man, I've been saying that for a while, and it wasn't. And I've always asked God, like, why did I have to go through the last 6 years that I've had to go through? And it was even to a point where it was bad. My wife never left me. She was always beside me. And I was mentioning to her, we were talking, like, we're going into our 7th year together, 5 years married. And then she looked at me, she said, complete.
Year of completion.
And then I looked at her and I said, God's getting ready to complete it, ain't he? And she had a dream last night. And it was, we went through hell. And when we got to the end, God said, this is what I needed you to get. You needed to go through this so you can get this.
Yeah.
Hindsight,
that's very
dude.
My wife tells me, I always say, God, please. I've said it before on here. Prayers always got revealed to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it revealed it to her in the dream.
Yeah.
And she said the dream, it was a little different than what our life has been. She said that we were shooting a live podcast and someone came and was hating on us. You can probably think who it is. And it was to the point where they were trying to fight me. Pulled out a gun on me. We ran. Ashley ran and hid into a closet. Ooh. She ran and hid into a closet.
Yeah, it's the worst place to hide.
And a guy came, she covered herself. Guy came and unmasked her. And he said, what are you hiding for?
Wow.
She's like, the last season that you've been in has been where they've been trying to hide you.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is a dream she had?
She says that it was raining. She walks outside. She said it was raining money. I don't know why, but she said it was raining money.
She has some crazy dreams.
And the guy said, you're reaping your harvest now.
Wow.
And I was standing right outside. So it's like, the devil will try to attack us.
Oh,
he has tried to attack all of us. I'm pretty sure you've been attacked. We've talked about it.
Oh yeah.
You've been attacked even this last week.
Yeah.
We're being attacked only because God is really about to reveal himself even bigger to us.
What's the enemy's goal? Right? To destroy us.
Yeah.
And if he can discourage, if he can distort, if he can confuse and get us off track, that's the goal. Right? And to hear you say, like, stop hiding, just stand up, be bold, like, keep doing what you're doing, keep preparing, because what's coming.
Why mask yourself?
Yeah.
When God's like, I told you to get that mask out of there a long time ago.
I took that mask right off.
Demask us. God has demasked us. So why would we try to remask us?
Yep.
Sometimes I question some stuff too, man. Like even my purpose, like whether I'm at my church or even here or just my season in life, man. And these last couple of weeks, man, I'm like all these doubts the same way, right? But the word that comes to mind whenever I'm like having all these issues, I've had like a couple of dreams in the past where like, you know, I'm like, dang, dude, I really doubt God. Like I really don't trust him as much as I think I do, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's in a lot of stuff. And
so real. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so it's perseverance, man. Just perseverance, being obedient to God through everything, like through those attacks, through everything. And for me, just knowing that when Nemo said you went through hell so that I can show you this right here, so that you can have this. It's kind of like I'm always looking towards the end goal right there, you know, of the season before another.
I even think I even think we've all been through things that we haven't even shared with each other yet.
Oh, absolutely.
In that, I truly believe the things that we've been through as couples, as individuals, people need to hear that. And I feel like we've been through it to tell people, I did it too. This is how I made it. Like, hold on, keep moving forward.
We might have to do one.
Come this way. Like, you can make
there's
it.
a lot of experience.
We might have to do
trials in this room right here.
Each.
Yeah.
Because
I got chills on that.
I think for me, man, it's
GD. I got, what was it? GB? What'd you call it? God bumps.
God bumps.
GD. Or
GB. I know God is doing something.
Yeah.
And he's only prepping. He's been prepping us.
Yeah.
But now he's revealing to us. And it's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, my doubt has kind of stopped because of the faith I've had to live in. Sometimes you got to live a scary faith. And don't misquote me. It's a scary faith to where you're trusting and believing God, but you're scared.
That's faith, bro.
There's been moments in the beginning of I didn't have diapers at one point.
I feel you.
I'm talking about no formula.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's like, what are we going to do? I was like, I don't know. And God has always revealed himself. I think for me, it's easier. It's been easier for me to live in that.
Yeah.
But now God's like, all right, now I got to get you out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've lived in it for too long.
Yeah.
Seeing my parents go through what they go through. They haven't gotten paid since June of last year. You want to talk about living in faith?
Sheesh. Yeah.
And to see my parents go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me God ain't real. And God ain't about to do something. That's what I tell everybody. When I giggle sometimes when people tell me what they're going through. I'm like,
yeah.
You're mad because you didn't get $5 back? My parents haven't gotten paid since last year.
Yeah.
And to see that their faith hasn't been shaken, why would my faith be shaken?
Perspective.
You know?
Gratitude.
It's like, yeah. So I was like, creative culture, it's bigger than just this little room.
If nothing else, creative culture, no matter how big we ever get, if nothing else, it's literally shoulders that I can lean on sometimes. Yeah. Like, I've had to call you. I know Joey's been really busy, so like I get it. He's been busy, but I'll call you. Like, bro, like, this is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll lean on you, or I'll lean on Joey. And if nothing else, if this thing ever becomes anything, when it becomes something, correct me again, it's the community of our families.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm super grateful for that. Like, even just talking to you guys now, like, it's been a hell of a week, dude. I'm not even gonna front.
Yeah.
Just even talking to you guys now and being with y'all.
You were supposed to be here.
I wasn't supposed to be here.
It's
no.
It's good though, man, because
I'm happy that you are though.
Right? Facts.
Me too.
When Ronnie was like, I was like, who are you talking to? He's like, Aaron. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I just know God is up to something, man, and
yeah,
he's going to the enemy, life in general, is going to try to stop the destiny that God has for us. And it's just, we got to lean more and more on him.
I receive that, bro.
Just push through it, man.
Because the more we lean, the stronger he can hug us.
I mean, we're going to push through it.
Yeah.
People watching, like, I don't know what you're going through. And, you know, maybe this is the first time we get a little bit churchy up in here. But I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what life is hitting you with right now. I don't know what's keeping you up at night. But keep pressing on. Like Nemo says, just keep swimming. You know, just keep moving forward, one step in front of the other. Keep your faith in God. Like, I don't know if you even believe in God, but he's got the answers. I'm telling you. He's got what you're looking for. I don't know what you're searching for, but the answers are there. And I don't know what that means for you, but hit us in the comments. Send us DMs.
Bro, let's send it in a prayer.
Yeah. Send it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You want to pray or you want me to pray?
Any of us
I'll
can
pray if you want.
Go ahead.
All right. Go ahead.
God, we just thank you for today. Father, we thank you for man, the situations that you put us through, Father, to refine us, God. Lord, to throw us in the fire, God, Lord, so we can be molded, Father, Lord, and come back and come out cold and gold, God. And I just pray that you would be with Nemo, Father, be with Aaron, God, Lord, and be with anybody who's watching this right now. God, if they're going through a season, God, a time in their life right now that they're really struggling, Lord, and they have doubts, Lord, and they have a lack of faith and trust in you, God, and even if they don't know you, I just pray that you would reveal yourself to them right now, that you would intervene in their life, that today, right now, would be a new chapter in their life, that you would be the catalyst in their life, Father, that they can then rely on you and lean on you to be able to move forward, Lord, just to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, God. Lord, in everything that we do, Father, we just pray that we put our trust in you, God, Lord. Sometimes it's hard and we struggle so much, Father. Even people like us who've, been, walking with you our whole lives, God, essentially. And, I can only imagine how much more difficult it is for somebody who doesn't know who you are. God, and ultimately, we just want everybody to come to you, Father. So we just pray that right now, Lord, if anybody is struggling, God, Lord, that you would provide them with your peace and your comfort, God, and that you would demonstrate and show your love, whether it's through somebody else or through a vision or a dream, God, or that you would just reveal yourself to them, Father, so that they can understand that they are not doing this alone. Not only do they have the love of family and friends, God, but they have, most importantly, your love to protect them and cover them in everything that they do, Father. Lord, that you would guide them and walk with them in any situation, and that they would understand that they are going to get through this. Lord, there's nothing that can hold them back, Father, when they are leaning on you. Lord, we love you and we thank you and we give you all the glory and all the praise, Father. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode. This one was a banger. I'm not even going to front it. This one was good. But yeah, guys, until next time, we appreciate y'all. Peace.